Bring out the brooms. A 4-0 sweep yesterday, and I got 5 more bets today. What's going on, and welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside MLB Best Bets for Thursday, April 6th. Can you tell I got a big smile on my face? 4-0 day in baseball, 2-0 in the NBA. It was a beauty. All right, so we got 6 games on the slate on Thursday. That's it, because 4 games got postponed. There is some crappy weather going on in the East, it looks like. Marlins Mets canceled, Yankees Orioles canceled, Reds Phillies, and Astros Twins. All 4 games are postponed. So we have 6 games, and I still have 5 bets for you. Yeah, that's right. I'm just feeling it right now. Hopefully, we can keep it rolling. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe, you guys. Please hit that like button. NBA videos, we're doing better. The likes, we can do better. Come on, baseball community. We got this. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the support. Go join our Discord. Lots of winning bets given all day long. And just today, real quick, or yesterday in the MLB, congrats to Elvis Andrus on his 2,000th hit. I didn't even know he was close to that many hits, but he is the 287th player to do that and the 4th active player to have that. So congrats to him on doing that. But anyways, let's leave lots of comments on this video. Let's get this thing freaking rolling. Let's see if we can get another 5-0 sweep. That would be nuts. All right, here we go. Bets recap page. Let's take a peek at that sucker. Look at that. All green check marks. Rays minus 1.5. Easy. 7-2 win, I believe it was, which I think I said it should be about 6-2, 7-2. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Giants team total under 3.5. Easy until the 9th inning, and they almost hit a home run, but it was the last out of the game. It was like inches away. It was awesome and sweaty. Pablo Lopez over 5.5 Ks. He was stuck on 5 for a while, and then he just picked it up right at the end. I think he ended up with 8, I believe. So easy win for the 1 unit. And then Angels minus a half a run in the first 5 versus my Mariners. They were ahead 2-1 after the 5th inning. Unfortunately, my Mariners also didn't come back and win, and they lost again. But 4-0 day, up 2.5 units, plus 4.5 units, pretty much 20-12 on the season. The record doesn't matter that much. It's all about units in baseball, or really anything you do. But there we are. We're rolling a little bit, and we'll probably be moving these to 1 unit bets here in the next week or so. But I think I got 2 of my 5 bets today are going to be 1 unit. Now, without any more waiting, let's dive into game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 1, Giants at White Sox. White Sox money line minus 135. Giants money line plus 115. Over under 8 runs. We have Alex Wood, the lefty, on the mound for the Giants, taking on Lance Lynn of the White Sox. Alex Wood last year, 5.1 ERA, 3.77 expected ERA. So, he should have some positive regression this year. He had some bad luck on balls in play. But decent K percentage, 23%. He's nothing special, to be honest. Against his AL Central, because they don't play the AL Central a lot, he was 2-2 last year with a 5.95 ERA. He struggled against the American League teams in that division. Lance Lynn on the other side, the 35-year-old guy who is still bringing it. He had a 3.18 ERA last year, but an expected ERA of 5.92. He was one of the luckiest pitchers in baseball last year, so the kind of opposite of Alex Wood. He had a 182 batting average with balls in play, which is ridiculously lucky. He started out 5.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, and he walked 4 people against the Astros in that first game. So this is going to be an easier matchup for him. I'm going to get into my best bet. It is the White Sox team total over 4 runs at minus 105 I saw on FanDuel. Guys, that means if they score 4, it's a push. You don't lose the bet. That's why I like that security of having that. You could go 4.5 if you get plus money. I don't mind that either. But this is the reason, guys, and this is what everyone attacks all year long, every year, last couple of years. The White Sox crush lefties. That's what they do, and Alex Wood is not a very good lefty. They were the 4th best hitting team versus lefties last season, and it's pretty much the same lineup as last year. They had a 119 WRC plus weighted runs created, which is kind of your overall on how you score and how you are as an offense. And the Giants, they have the 9th worst ERA so far this season. Their bullpen is not any good. And that 9th worst ERA, that is the bullpen ERA. So even if they only get, like, say, 3 runs off Alex Wood, they're going to get some off the bullpen too. I love this bet. Last time I saw, the winds are blowing out in Chicago. So as long as that doesn't change and the winds start just blowing way in, I love the White Sox to feast on Alex Wood and this lefty like they did all year last year. White Sox team total over 4. That's also a favorite play of the day for 1 unit. at minus 105. Lock that one in. Let's move on to game number 2. All right, here we go. Blue Jays at Royals. Blue Jays money line minus 200. Royals money line plus 170. Over under of 8.5. Blue Jays are 3-3 through 6 games, and the Royals are a whopping 1-5. Royals are 28th in runs scored this year. They are not putting the bat on the ball very well. And the Blue Jays are 28th in team ERA. So their pitching has just been awful so far. Kevin Gausman on the mound, one of their studs against Jordan Lyles for the Royals. He's not a stud. Gausman threw 6 innings in game number 1, gave up 0 runs, 7 Ks against a good Cardinals offense. 3.35 ERA last year with around the same expected ERA. 29% K rate last couple of years. He's just a stud. He's a good pitcher. He's not elite, but he's that level right below it. These Royals hitters, active hitters, are hitting 190 versus Gausman. Yeah, that's not good at all. Jordan Lyles on the other side, in 3 starts versus the Blue Jays, he has a 5.63 ERA. Blue Jays hitters, this lineup they have right now are hitting 284 versus Lyles. Much better than how the Royals are doing against Gausman. He has a career 6 ERA. He is not a good pitcher. Low K rate, around 18 to 19%. This is a huge mismatch at the starting pitcher position. And I have 2 best bets for you. That's right. I got 2 of them. All right, let's start out with bet number 1. It is a player prop, which I have not given out a ton except for K props. It is Matt Chapman over 1.5 total bases at plus 105, guys. He's on a tear this year. He's hitting 579 so far this season. But you know what the biggest thing is? Against Jordan Lyles, he is hitting 429 with 5 home runs. That is a lot of home runs hit off one pitcher. He absolutely owns them. He sees the ball well. I mean, you could sprinkle some on his home run prop. I mean, that's probably plus 350 or something right in that range. I'm going to play it safe and go over 1.5 bases at plus 105. But with how he's hitting this year so far, how he has hit Lyles in the past, all we need is a double or 2 singles. Or he can just hit a home run if he wants and really get over it. But remember, over 1.5 bases means a walk doesn't count as a base. It has to be done by hits. So we don't want him to walk. That's a waste of an at-bat. So that's bet number 1. Matt Chapman over 1.5 bases at plus 105. That's just a half unit bet. And then bet number 2 in this game is the Blue Jays minus 1.5 runs at minus 120. This is a huge discrepancy, as I already said, in the starting pitcher position. Gausman is much better than Lyles. The better bullpen is with the Blue Jays right now, and the better lineup is not even close. The Blue Jays are going to break out at some point, and this would be a great game to do it against Jordan Lyles. So I love the Blue Jays minus 1.5 just to win by 2 or more runs against a terrible Royals team. I just love it. Royals, by the way, 8th worst bullpen ERA, and the Blue Jays are the 7th best bullpen ERA. So advantage is up and down on this team. I love minus 1.5, and that is my second 1-unit play of the day. Blue Jays minus 1.5. Lock those 2 in, and let's move on to bet number 4. All right, here we go. Padres at Braves. Braves money line minus 165. Padres money line plus 140. Over under of 7.5. This Braves team is a juggernaut. This is my World Series prediction, and they are starting out hot right now. They are 5-1. Padres 3-3. Padres are 19th in runs scored right now, and they only have 1 stolen base. They're just not very dynamic on offense. It should turn, and I know Tatis will be coming back, I think, later this month, which will be a huge boost for them. I just think the Braves are just an absolute beast right now. It's just unbelievable how they're playing. This is an interesting pitching matchup. We got Blake Snell for the Padres versus Spencer Strider, the young phenom for the Braves. Blake Snell, guys, he's from my neck of the woods, but he's erratic. He can show some good stuff, and he can also walk 4, 5, 6 guys and just not have it. Game number 1, he struggled in San Diego against the Rockies. He did not play well, and they lost that game. He has a high K rate. He could walk 5, but he could also strike out 7 or 8. So you never know fully what you're going to get from him, but I'll talk about why I love this matchup here in a second. Spencer Strider, he's the man. We talked about him before. Cy Young candidate. We hit him on an overcase prop to start the season. 2.67 ERA last year. As elite as it gets for a strikeout pitcher, striking out 38% of batters last year. 38% of outs or strikeouts. That's insane. He already played the Nats in the opening day. Like we said, 6-inning pitch, 9 Ks. Just dominated. My best bet in this game is going to be the Braves minus a half a run in the first 5 innings. So it's the run line in the first 5. They have to be ahead after 5 innings. Those odds are minus 115. Just a big mismatch. And here's why. Atlanta Braves crush lefties, guys. They were the 5th best team versus lefties last season. They are also the 2nd best at drawing walks against lefties last season. So if Blake Snell is not on his game and loses some control like he's done in the past, they're going to get a lot of guys on base due to that. And they got guys up and down the lineup that just crush lefties. So this is a terrible matchup. Snell already got hit pretty hard against the Rockies. This Braves team, the best offense in baseball, a great left-handed hitting lineup in baseball, should easily get to Snell. And then the other side, Strider's the man. We all know it. He's a stud, one of the top pitchers in the game. He should keep this Padres offense that hasn't done much so far this season. He should keep them in check. I expect the Braves to be ahead after 5 innings. We won't mess with the bullpens. We'll just cash that ticket after the 5th. That's my 4th bet. Let's move on to the final game of the day. All right, here we go. Final bet of the day. Nationals at Rockies. Rockies money line minus 145. Nationals money line plus 125. Over under of 11. This is the Rockies home opener. And if you're new to betting, you're going to see a lot of high totals in Coors Field. There is a ton of hitting in this altitude. And 11's actually kind of low from what I saw last year. I saw some 13, 14, 15 runs. It was absolutely bonkers. But I'm going to get right into the best bet, and that's Josiah Gray, under 4.5 Ks for the Washington Nationals at minus 110. He went under 4.5 in the last 6 games of 2022. But here's the big deal. At Coors Field, under K props are just a dream. The Rockies struck out the 8th most times on the road last season. But when they played at home in Coors Field, they struck out the 5th fewest times. A big reason for this is pitches just don't break that much in Coors Field with this altitude. And Josiah Gray, he relies on a curveball. You saw it in game 1 this season. That curveball, it's going to be hanging more. It's not going to be breaking a lot. There's just not a lot of strikeouts in Coors Field. Plus, over under of 11, Josiah Gray's not very good. He's going to get crushed by this Rockies offense in their home opener. He might not even last that many innings, maybe 3-4 innings. I don't see him getting to 5 Ks at all. Even against the Rockies last year when I think it was in Washington at home, he only struck out, I think it was 3, maybe 4, but I know he went under. So pitchers just don't strike out a lot of guys here. You see the Rockies pitcher splits; they'll have like a 3 ERA on the road, and they go home and it's like a 6 ERA. So there's a reason for it. There's been a lot of stats to back it up. I love Josiah Gray under 4.5 Ks. I think that's one too high. That's at minus 110. That is my final bet of the day. Let's move to that bets recap page. There we go. White Sox team total over 4. That is a 1-unit play today. Matt Chapman over 1.5 bases. Let's hope he hits a 6th home run off Jordan Lyles. That's a half unit plus 105. Blue Jays minus 1.5. My other 1-unit play of the day to just stomp on the Royals. Braves minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 115. Bet number 5, Josiah Gray under 4.5 Ks at minus 110. Whew, we made it. Any added plays will be in the pinned comments. Only 6 games, and I already have 5 bets. So if I do add one, I don't see it being more than 1, to be honest with you. So there's our MLB bets. Let's try to stay hot. Make sure you do your own research, all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you don't have a question, just leave a comment just to say hi. Help our algorithms. Appreciate all the support, guys, and we will be back tomorrow.